Let's start on our hands and knees. And we'll start with cat pose. Exhale, round your back. Inhale, arch your back. Exhale, rounding your back. Inhale, arching your back. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, arching. Moving your spine in sequential order. Working from the hips all the way up to the crown of the head. And letting your head move last. Nice way to warm up the spine. Flex your toes. Sit back on your heels. Great stretch for the feet. You can keep this gentle by not moving the hips so far back, or you can make it more challenging by walking your hands closer into your knees or sitting all the way up for more challenge. If that's too much, then keep your hands out in front of you. Keep it gentle. Reach back and spread your toes out a little more, deepening the stretch in the feet. Inhale, come back up onto your hands and knees and down into your elbows. Get some shoulder stretches. Place your left hand behind your right elbow. Stretch your right arm out and press your hips back about an inch. Let your forehead relax. This is quarter dog. It's a wonderful stretch for the shoulders. You want your hips right above your knees. You want your arms stretching out long. So you get this nice stretch from your right fingertips all the way into your tail. And coming back onto your elbows. Round your back just to move your spine the other direction for a little while, tucking your chin in. And then we'll practice on the other side. Take your right hand behind your left elbow and stretch your left arm out. Press your hips back about an inch and let your forehead come down and rest. Make any little adjustments you need to make this pose feel good to you. And come back up onto your hands. Round your back, tuck your chin in. And stretch back into mecha pose. And then into child's pose. Palms up by the feet. Let your elbows come down and relax on the ground. Let your shoulders drop down toward the floor. You can have your knees a little bit apart or further apart, whatever feels good. Bring your hands by your knees and slowly roll up to seated. And come forward onto your hands and knees. Inhale, stretch your left arm up. And exhale, thread the needle. Come down to your left elbow and then turn and look to the right. Or come down to your left shoulder. Whichever variation feels good to your back, neck. Thread the needle, twist, squeezes tension out of the body, removes sluggishness, and develops flexibility in the upper back and neck. Inhale, come back up onto the hands and knees. We'll practice on the other side. Stretch your right arm up and then exhale, thread the needle. Come down onto your right elbow, stay here. Or come down onto your right shoulder and here. Press down into your left hand so your left elbow points straight up. Letting your left shoulder start to stretch back behind you, deepening the twist. Keep the knees apart. Feet apart. Another variation for your upper body is to bring the palms together in a prayer position, but only if that feels good to you. Otherwise, you can come back into one of the previous versions. And then inhale, come up and out. Stretch back into mecha and then into child's pose. Relaxing here. Breathing deep into the lower back, releasing any tension tension you found in your lower back. Hands by your knees, slowly roll up. Lean back on your hands, and if it feels good to your ankles, lift your knees slightly. Another variation you have is to put a block underneath you. Rotate your calves out and sit down on your block, or fold a blanket, or sit down on your mat. Whatever feels good to your knees. This is hero's pose. Rotate your hips back slightly. Inhale, circle your arms up, intertwine the fingers, and stretch up through the palms. Bring your front lower ribs in toward your spine so the spine is long. You can have your arms wide, or you can intertwine the fingers. It's whatever feels good to your shoulders today. So your legs are in a position known as hero's pose. This is a great stretch for the front of the thighs, the shins, the ankles, the top of the feet. Exhale, circle down, intertwine your fingers behind you, or use a strap and hold on to the strap. Stretch your arms back, holding that stretch there. Deep breathing. We're opening up the chest. Rotate your hips back slightly so the spine is nice and long. This helps to relieve stiffness in the joints of the shoulders, the neck, the hips, the knee, and the groin. We're going to twist to the right. Right hand behind you, left hand on your right knee, and then turn and twist to the right. Twist from the inside out. And then back to center. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, turn and twist to the left. Coming back to center. Again, leaning back on the hands. Lift your hips, rotate your hips back, and then lower your hips again. You're looking for a nice stretch in the front of your thighs. Stay back on your hands, or if it feels good, you can come down onto your elbows. But most of us will want to stay up on our hands. Feeling that nice stretch in the quadricep muscles, the front of the thighs. And then coming back up, putting your block to the side, and your blanket to the side. Flex your toes, and lift your hips up into down dog. Keep your knees bent for a moment, your heels high. Stretch your hips as high as you can, and then slowly straighten your legs and release your feet down. Most of us will not have our heels on the ground in downward facing dog, so it's perfectly all right for your heels to be up off the floor. You can have your knees bent or your legs straight, whatever feels good. Keep lifting up through your hips, lengthening the spine, pressing down into all 5 fingers and all the knuckles so that the weight spreads evenly into the hands. Inhale into plank, press back through your heels. You can bend the knees and come down, or you can keep the legs straight and come down into the belly. Roll your shoulders back and down, and inhale, lift up into cobra. Inhale, lifting up into cobra. Exhale, lowering down out of cobra. Inhale, lifting up. Press your pelvis down and come up a little higher if that feels good. Look down at your mat to protect the back of your neck. Cobra stretches the chest, the lungs, the shoulders, and the abdomen. It strengthens your entire back and spine, resulting in a band of strong muscles in your lower back. Come up onto your hands and knees. Flex your toes and lift your hips up into downward facing dog. Walk your feet forward. And dangle in a forward fold, Uttanasana. Let your hands rest on your thighs, the top of your hands stretching the top of your wrist. Or if it feels okay, you can put your hands under your feet, stretching out the top of your wrist. So again, you can have your hands under your thighs with your palms turning toward your arms, or you can have your hands under your feet. So whatever feels good to your knees and wrist. Inhale, slowly roll up. Exhale, roll down over the right leg, bending your knees on the way down. And inhale, rolling up, straightening your legs on the way up. Exhale, roll down over your left leg. And inhale, slowly roll up. Let your head come up last. Exhale, roll down the center. Inhale, rolling up. Inhale, open your left arm. Exhale, open your right arm. Inhale, open your left arm, bringing your other hand to your forehead. Exhale to the right. And then back to the heart. Heart. Forehead. Forehead. Inhale, open your left arm. Exhale, opening your right arm. You can look straight ahead, or you can turn your head, whatever feels good to your neck. The eagle pose. Cross your right elbow over your left and reach around for your shoulders, bend your knees. This is the gentle beginner's version. Or for a little more challenge, you can take the left leg up and over with the toes on the ground, bringing your arms a little close together. Or the more advanced version, where your arms are wrapped all the way around and your foot's tucked back behind your calf. So intermediate, and then this is the beginner's version again. So practicing whichever variation of the eagle pose feels good to your body. On the other side, inhale, open and release. Exhale, left elbow on top. Eagle opens up the back of the pelvis and stretches the outer thighs, stretches between the shoulder blades. So breathe right there in between your shoulder blades. Focus the breath into that area and open up, releasing all the tension in the shoulders and releasing, come out. Cross the wrists, stretch the arms up, and then other side. Tree pose. Bend your left knee, bring your foot to your ankles. This is beginner's version. A little more challenging version, have your foot up a little higher in your leg. Your hands to your heart. Feet are grounded. We'll switch sides. Bend your right knee. Place your foot at your ankle, calf, or thigh, whichever variation of tree pose feels good to you. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Tree pose is good for posture, concentration. And release down. Step back with your left foot. Reach behind you for your fingers, or hold on to your wrist or your elbows, or bring your palms together in namaste. So a few variations for your shoulders. Fold forward, right there from the hips. Keep both legs straight. This is an intense stretch. It relieves arthritis, the neck, the shoulders, the elbows, the wrist. Reduces menstrual pain. It's good for your kidneys. Intertwine your fingers and inhale, come up. Arch back slightly. Bend your right knee into warrior one. And take your arms up by your ears. You can have your arms wide, parallel, or palms together. or you can look up if that feels good to your neck. You want to stack your right knee over your ankle. You want to rotate your hips back slightly, and then step the feet together. Step your right foot back, intertwine the fingers, hold on to the wrist, the elbows, or you can do your palms together. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, fold forward. Nice deep release in the hips and the hamstrings. It helps to keep the wrist and the shoulders mobile. Cools and calms the body and mind. Soothing the nerves, cooling the brain. Inhale. Come up. Bend your left knee. Entwine the fingers, stretch back, open the chest for a moment, and then circle your arms up. So the left knee points in the same direction as your second toe. The right leg is straight, pressing down into the right heel. You can have your arms wide, parallel, or palms together looking up. Most of us feel more comfortable just looking straight ahead. Pull your front lower ribs in toward the spine. Hips rotate back slightly. And then release the arms down and step forward. Take a nice wide stance, and I'll mirror you in these poses. So turn your left foot out 90 degrees and slide your right heel away from you. Reach out, down, and up into triangle. You can use a block in triangle, or you can simply rest your left hand on your thigh or your shin. Or your ankle. Open up your right arm, stretching it back behind you, opening that shoulder a little more. Bend your elbow and place your right hand at your lower back, or reach around and grab the thigh. Bend your left knee into side angle stretch. You can have your left elbow on your knee, or you can have your left hand on the block. And we'll switch the arms up. Take the right hand down and stretch up to the left arm. And then the arms wide into warrior two. Shoulders stack over the hips. Straighten your left leg. And reverse your feet. Bring your block over to the other side if you're using a block. Reach out through the right arm, down, and then up. Keep your hand on your thigh, or bring your hand down into the block, or your ankle, or the floor. Practicing whichever variation feels more comfortable to you. Rotate your thighs out. Open up that left shoulder by reaching back with your left hand, just as far as you comfortably can. Opening that chest. Bring your hand down to your lower back, or bring your hand around to the thigh. Holding on to the thigh is a little more advanced version, so feel free to keep your hand on your lower back instead. Bend your right knee, keeping your hand on the block, or bringing your right elbow to your knee instead. Spin your ribs up toward the sky. Look up if that feels comfortable. Keep your right knee pointing in the same direction as your second toe. And we'll switch the arms up. Slide your left hand down your leg and reach up with your right hand. And then take your arms out nice and wide into warrior two. Shoulders relax down, stretch out through your fingertips. Shoulders are stacked over the hips, pressing down evenly into the four corners of your feet, and then release and let go. Slowly fold forward. Bend your knees. Gently roll down. We'll practice boat pose. So the first variation, you got your toes on the ground, shoulders roll down and back, lift your belly toward your thighs. Stay here, or if you want a little more challenge, bring your feet as high as your knees. Another variation for your arms is to bring your hands behind you. A more challenging version is to stretch your legs straight and stretch out through your fingers. So you can practice whichever variation feels more comfortable to you. Try to sit on your sit bones, not on your tailbone. So again, here's the gentle version. And then come down and release. With your left leg straight, your right knee is bent. Inhale, lengthen up, and exhale, turn and twist to the right. Wrap your fingers around your right knee, or wrap your arm around your knee, or place your elbow on the outside of your knee. Again, here's a variation for most beginners. Nice spinal twist, and then release. Switching the legs out, stretch out through the right heels. Lift up through the chest, straightening your torso. Left hand behind you, and then turn and twist to the left. Keeping your right hand wrapped around your knee, or for a little more challenge, wrap your arm around your knee. For even more challenge, you can place your elbow on the outside of your knee. As you practice more regularly, this just gives you options so you can take the pose further as you gain flexibility. The advanced or challenging variations are not better, but they give you options when you have more flexibility in one area of the body. Being ready for relaxation. Practice any variation of relaxation that feels good to your body. One variation is to have the blankets stacked. You want a little stair-step effect. This makes it easier on your lower back. So you can fold 2 blankets. Sit on your mat in front of the blankets. Roll your spine down. And let your head rest. Stretch your legs out. Arms are relaxed out. Palms up. Make sure your lower back is happy and comfortable. Again, you can practice any variation of relaxation that feels good to your back. You can be flat on your back. You can be flat on your back with your knees bent. You can be on your side or on your stomach, or this variation. Practice nice, deep breathing. Relaxing your toes, your feet. Soften and relax your legs. Softening, relaxing your pelvis, your abdomen and chest. Soften and relax the sides of your body, muscles in your buttocks and lower back, your middle and upper back. Relaxing your shoulders all the way down the arms and to the elbows. You can put a little more blanket underneath your neck if you need to, so that your head is a little higher than your chest. Tuck your chin in slightly so the back of your neck is long. Soften and relax all the muscles in your face and head. If you're chilled, you might want to cover up with a blanket. Feel the breath move in your lower abdomen. Feel your belly move as you breathe. Feel the movement of the breath in the lower ribs. Feel how the ribs open and expand as you inhale. And in the side of the ribs, feel the movement that occurs there with each and every breath. Scan your body for tension, beginning with your head, and soften the skin across your forehead. Let the skin become smooth. Let any tension around the eyes dissolve with the outgoing breath. Relax your tongue and all the muscles around your lips. Swallow a few times to relax your throat. Let go of any unspoken words. When you feel settled, draw your attention to your breath. Listen to the sound of the breath and feel the sensation of the breath. As you perceive the breath, let the sound or sensation of it draw you inward. This listening to the breath has the same quality of rapt attention that you have when you hear a melody far off in the distance. Let the breath lure you back toward yourself. Follow each breath as it arises and each breath as it passes away. Sense the first perceptible moment of the incoming breath and sense the very last whispers of the outgoing breath. Watch your breath as you might watch the waves of the ocean, endlessly arising, endlessly descending, changing from moment to moment. Now shallow, now deep, now short, now long, now uneven, now smooth. Follow the way that the breath changes from moment to moment. Begin to focus more of your attention on the exhalation. Allow your mind to glide down the length of an exhalation to the very last whisper of the breath. Let the exhalation lure you down into the dark, quiet well of your being. Perceive the pause, however brief. With each successive exhalation, let your attention rest more deeply on the pause at the end of the outgoing breath. This is the origin of the breath, where the breath arises and where the breath returns to. Let your entire being fall back into the pause, trusting that the new breath will arise without any effort on your part. And as you surrender to the pause, it will become longer and more spacious. Can you simply allow the next breath to arise without effort, without grabbing for it? Does it surprise you how long the pause can become before you feel any desire to breathe in? As you feel yourself entering a deep state of relaxation, let go of even the effort of following the lure of the breath and become the breath itself. Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, bend your knees, and slowly roll onto your side, gently rolling up to a seated position, letting your head come up last. Bring your hands to your heart, taking a moment to thank God. Namaste. Become aware of your breathing and feel your belly rise and fall. Nice deep diaphragmatic breathing, breathing in and out your nose. For meditation, we're going to weave this awareness of our breath, we're going to put prayer and meditation together. So continue to be consciously aware of each and every breath. And with each inhalation, you can pray, Lord Jesus Christ. And with each exhalation, silently pray, have mercy on me. So we'll be using this awareness of breath, meditation, and prayer, the Jesus prayer. I'll use the singing bowl to help us begin. our meditation, and then in a few moments to end our meditation. So sitting up nice and tall, shoulders relaxed and down. You can sit in easy sitting pose, or half lotus, or full lotus, or you can sit in a chair with your feet flat on the floor. Whatever feels comfortable to you. Just make sure your spine is long, your shoulders relaxed, that your hands are either open on your thighs or in your lap, that your eyes are soft and closed. Inhaling, Lord Jesus Christ. Exhaling, have mercy on me. heart, take this moment to thank God for 3 things today.